Hi, this is Heather Rodriguez from naturalfertilityinfo.com, and today we are going to show you how to make hemp nut milk. Hemp nut milk is a great alternative to dairy products, to rice milk, to almond milk. It's a great way to get essential fatty acids, and you can use it in smoothies, you can use it in your cereals, you can drink it. Great source of protein. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and let us know of all the great things you make with the hemp nut milk. Have a great day. Go.
Okay, so here is everything we're going to need to make hemp milk today. First of all, we have raw shelled hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are the base for the milk for making a very highly nutritious milk. Hemp seeds are a great source of essential fatty acids. Actually, they're a great source of omega-3, 6, and 9 in a perfectly balanced ratio that your body knows exactly what to do when it consumes it. So getting those healthy fats are really good for your diet. The second ingredient, we're going to take a look at these here, the hemp seeds, before I move on. Okay, the second ingredient is going to be organic blue agave sweetener. Agave nectar is a low glycemic sweetener, and it actually is a very neutral flavor where a lot of other sweeteners like honey or molasses or maple syrup will have a taste to them. The thing I really like about agave being that it's low glycemic as well, but also that it's a really neutral flavor, so you're not going to pick it up. It's just going to give it that little bit of sweetness to the milk as well. Third ingredient is going to be fair trade vanilla, organic vanilla extract to give a little bit of vanilla flavor to the hemp milk. And then we're just going to need some reverse osmosis water, or some sort of distilled or clean water that you have. We use reverse osmosis here. You're also going to need a hemp nut strainer. And this is a hemp cloth, and it's actually in the shape of a bag. When we're done with the milk, we can pour it right in there, and it'll strain all the milk right through there. And then we can also squeeze it out really good, which I'll show you. And then a container to squeeze it into, and a measuring cup, and a few measuring spoons. So the first thing we're going to do is, the recipe is 1/2 a cup of hemp seeds. So we're going to measure out a 1/2 cup of hemp seeds. And dump those right here into the blender. Any blender will do. The higher power blenders are better. We've got a pretty high power blender here. Second ingredient we're going to use is go ahead and dump the water in there. Better to put the water in before the sweetener so the sweeteners don't stick to the side of the blender. So we've got 1 quart of water for 1/2 a cup of hemp seeds. And this will make a nice thick hemp milk, so it'll be nice and creamy to have in your cereal or oatmeal or smoothies, or use in any other recipes as well. Then the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put the sweetener in there. With this recipe, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of agave nectar. So I'm going to measure out 2 tablespoons. This is a recipe I've actually created over years of making hemp milk. Getting the perfect balance of the creaminess and the sweetness in the milk. Just get a spoon out of here to scoop the rest of this agave out with. And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract to give it a nice vanilla milky flavor. Hemp milk's a really great alternative to other dairy milks or non-dairy milks. We highly recommend it, of course, over soy, because we want to avoid soy with its estrogen-mimicking compounds, especially for different fertility issues where hormonal balance is very important. And also, a lot of dairy milks are very congesting too, so we want to avoid dairy milks as well, unless they're in a raw state. I know in most of the country it's really hard to get raw milk, for whatever crazy reason that is. So we're going to go ahead and puree the hemp milk. Start on low, you can bump it up to medium or high. Puree it for about a minute or so. Once the hemp seeds are completely pureed, what we're going to go ahead and do is take this hemp nut bag. You can find these online in a variety of different places. You can just do a search for a hemp nut strainer. And put it into, for the straining, I'm going to use actually a 1/2 gallon mason jar, just so the milk has the ability to strain through the cloth. You just take the newly pureed hemp milk and pour it through the strainer. See the milk coming out the bottom there, nice and milky and nice and milky and creamy it is. I also prefer making your own hemp milk over to, there are a few brands right now that are making A-step containers. They're like those little square boxes you find rice milk or soy milk in with the hemp milk. But any containers that you buy on the shelf in the store, they're going to be either pasteurized or they're going to have preservatives in it. It doesn't matter if it's juices, if it's milks, what it is. It's either going to be pasteurized or it's going to have some preservatives in it. And this is, laws that are set to avoid microbial or bacterial contamination. But it also destroys a lot of the enzymes that are in the product, all the vital life force that's in the foods. And it's going to really, especially with hemp milk, high heats damage the essential fatty acids. So that's why you'll hear a lot of times not to cook with sensitive oils. Like you don't really want to fry with olive oil because it damages the molecular structure of the oil. So when you pasteurize hemp milk, it's going to damage the essential fatty acids. It's actually going to change their chemical structure. So you always want to keep a low heat where pasteurization is a very high heat. So you can see this all coming through now. If you ended up, you could just let it sit here for a while and it will all drain through, but I'm just going to help it along by giving a little bit of a squeeze. Alright, normally you would go ahead and let that drain all the way through, but for time's sake I'm just going to go ahead and put it in here and let it finish draining through in there. There's your hemp milk in the container. See how nice and creamy it is. It's almost the consistency of cream at this point. If you like it a little bit thinner too, all you have to do is use less hemp seeds or use more water. It's really as simple as that. If you want it a little bit less sweet, let's see if we have a glass. There we go. If you want a little bit less sweet, then you're just going to use a little bit less agave nectar. There's your fresh, homemade, raw hemp milk. Delicious in cereals, smoothies, oatmeal, anything you'd use regular milk or non-dairy beverages for. It's creamy and delicious.